Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's your boy DLloyd. So the New York Knicks made yet another mistake, man. If you don't know, the New York Knicks decided today to officially go ahead and fire their head coach, David Fizdale. Now, this shouldn't be too much of a shock, right? We've seen this coming for the past few weeks. They mentioned that they were in the process of trying to fire David Fizdale. The Knicks have been on a losing streak again. They lost by 30 plus points again last night. So, of course, this was going to happen at some point. It happened right now. So really, it's not unexpected. We figured this was going to happen, but that does not mean, that it was not a mistake by the New York Knicks to decide to go ahead and fire David Fizdale. To me, it's simple. David Fizdale is a scapegoat. He is a guy who everybody up, from the general managers to assistant GM to president, everybody is just looking at David Fizdale like he's the reason why we're not getting the job done. He is the reason why the New York Knicks are not good. But the New York Knicks are a bad team now. The New York Knicks were a bad team when they hired David Fizdale. The New York Knicks were a bad team before they hired David Fizdale. The Knicks have been bad for the past 2 decades, right? They only made the playoffs 4 times since 2003. I believe the last time they made it was 2013. It's been a rough ride for the New York Knicks. But David Fizdale is not the reason why this team is bad at all. So when you go back and you just think about the moves they made, of course he doesn't have the best record. Let me see if I can pull it up. 21-83 is David Fizdale's record as the head coach of the New York Knicks. Not great, and nobody's defending that fact. Nobody's saying that, man, he was out here winning, we should have kept him. No, we're not saying that. But what I am saying is that a lot of the reason why they aren't good is also not David Fizdale's fault. So keep up with me here, man. So last season they decided we're going to trade away Kristaps Porzingis. I'm pretty sure David Fizdale wasn't the guy who came up with that idea, right? It wasn't David Fizdale's idea to trade away their franchise player. It wasn't David Fizdale that thought that they had Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant coming. Nobody told Steve Mills and Scott Perry that. That was their own idea, that we are going to get KD, Kyrie Irving. They're going to be teaming up here in Madison Square Garden, and we're going to take this team to the playoffs. Instead, they traded away Kristaps Porzingis. They got the cap space for both Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. And both of those two decided to team up, but not with the Knicks. They decided to go over to Brooklyn and team up with the Brooklyn Nets. So, okay, fine. Now you have cap space. You have to spend this money and put together a decent team, even if it's just a 1-year team or a 2-year team, so you get the money when Giannis could potentially become a free agent. Fine. Nobody, once again, told Steve Mills and Scott Perry, Julius Randle, Bobby Portis, Taj Gibson, that's who we need to go out and get. But that's who they went out to get. Now, don't get me wrong, I like Julius Randle. I think he's a really good and underrated player. But Julius Randle, Bobby Portis, Taj Gibson, first of all, they all play the same position. Which, okay, that's where you want to spend all of your money at. Sure. You can even throw Morris in there as well. So, they all do the same thing. Play the same position. I don't know how they felt that was going to necessarily work, but it's okay because they're going to balance out their roster. They're not going to just have a bunch of forwards. They're going to go ahead and get Elfrid Payton, because Elfrid Payton is going to be the guy who could be a great point guard for our team. Not David Fizdale's fault. Wayne Ellington, he's going to come in. He's going to emerge as a pretty good player. This is going to work. Did not happen. It's not David Fizdale's fault that the lottery didn't even go the New York Knicks' way. They were going to get Zion Williamson. Did not happen. So the roster that they threw out there wasn't a great roster. It just wasn't. And I don't think a lot of coaches would have won with this roster. Maybe your top coach, but I don't even know if those top guys would have won with this roster. So now what, were your expectations coming into the season for the Knicks? I don't think many people had them as a playoff team. So you're upset because you're not winning more games, but people are already looking at you as a team that's, not there yet. Yes, you have some young pieces in Kevin Knox and RJ Barrett. You have some guys who could eventually become that guy, but in the NBA, it's rare that you have rookies come in and tear it up right away. Yes, we have been seeing it more and more, but that's still kind of, you know, 1 or 2 people every draft class. You may wait a while for Knox to kind of become who Knox is going to end up being, or for RJ Barrett to become that guy, or Mitchell Robinson to become that guy. So I think this is a classic tale of a scapegoat. And unfortunately, David Fizdale is that scapegoat. We have no idea how good of a coach David Fizdale could have been for this team in the future. We're never going to find out. And just in general, we don't know how good of a coach David Fizdale truly is, right? Is he really the guy that a lot of people hyped up? He's going to come and change cultures and build winning organizations? We don't really know. I'm not saying he is the best coach. I'm just saying this firing is another mistake by the Knicks. Not even because they feel like David Fizdale is the scapegoat, because they are placing the blame for their inept, you know, organization. They're placing the blame in the wrong places. David Fizdale has to pay the price, and now the Knicks, I don't think, are going to learn from the situation. And that's how you have organizations that continue to put out bad products and continue to lose. So the Knicks, I think, made another mistake. He was in an impossible situation. He didn't succeed. He wasn't meant to succeed in this situation. And the Knicks scrapped him. We'll see what they decide to do from here. But you guys let me know how you guys feel about this in the comment section below. Do you agree with me? Do you think this was a mistake by the Knicks? Do you think that David Fizdale is a scapegoat? Or do you genuinely believe he is one of the reasons, or if not the reason, why the New York Knicks are not a playoff contending team? Let me know how you guys feel about this in the comment section below. It's your boy DLloyd. I'm see y'all next time. Peace.